Hello everyone. I'm here to talk about what Kerala has to offer the world. But first, let me tell you a personal story. Right after I finished school, my parents and I, like scores of other Malayalis, started looking out for an engineering college for me. And almost everyone that we asked for recommendations talked about the placements in these colleges. And my father remarked at how ridiculous it was that they valued placements over the quality of education. I didn't think of it much back then, but now I understand what he meant. Our education system is centered around finding a job, and this focus on getting a job stems from fears in our past. In the mid-1960s, Kerala faced an acute unemployment crisis. This is when the Malayali migration phenomenon started taking shape. We started migrating to other parts of the world in search of jobs. But isn't it time that we reassess things? Present-day Kerala has a literacy rate of 93.9% and a human development index that can be compared with developed countries. So foundations have been laid for the next innovation and entrepreneurial hub. So what's holding us back? To answer that question, we have to look at the most popular entrepreneurial hub in the world, the Silicon Valley. Experts attribute the Silicon Valley's success to universities, culture, weather, government policy, and venture capital. This is God's own country, so the weather part is taken care of, right? Kerala's backwaters and scenery makes it the ideal place to live in. But weather also includes social conditions, and Kerala has built a reputation for being progressive and liberal, so the weather part is truly taken care of. So what about government policy and venture capital? These two seem to be falling in place. The latest budget has allocated 50 crores to startups and 2,000 crores to the promotion of small businesses. As per the latest reports, Kerala is home to 2,200 startups. And with an annual compounded growth rate of 17% from 2012 to 2019, Kerala is emerging as one of the startup destinations in India. And that brings us to universities and culture. So let's go back to that story about our focus on getting a job. The purpose of our colleges seems to be to churn out graduates to get employed in various companies across the globe. Not that that's a bad thing, it's just that this brain drain is what stands in Kerala's way. It is the easiest way out for most graduates, for it offers a path that offers the least possibility of what can be conventionally termed as failure. The thing is, entrepreneurship and innovation goes hand in hand with failure. The startup culture requires you to think of failure as experience and not as a mark of incompetence. You have to look at the world as an infinite game and understand that you truly fail only when you stop trying. And once we embrace this culture of risk-taking, Kerala can achieve its true potential. I believe that this cultural barrier to entrepreneurship should be broken with a two-pronged approach. One, our colleges should encourage innovation and starting of new businesses. It should not be places where kids go to mug up and score good marks. I remember when I was in my final year of engineering, the final year engineering project was outsourced essentially. And that is completely against the concept of final year engineering projects. And it is that kind of thinking that we have to stop. Second, as a society, we have to embrace risk-taking and we should not stigmatize failure. And this means we should not push people into taking BTech because most people that I know who have done BTech do not do engineering jobs. If somebody takes a path that is less taken, encourage them and motivate them. And once we embrace this culture of risk-taking and accept failure as a gateway to eventual success, we not only improve the startup ecosystem of Kerala, but help in the building of Kerala with better professionals all around, embracing careers that actually drive them. So you might be wondering why I am so passionate about not succumbing to failure. The thing is, in the past 5 years, I've failed in 3 ventures. Pink Lungi is my 4th attempt, and things have been going great so far. We started Pink Lungi as a platform that showcases things that Kerala has to offer and to shine a spotlight on Kerala's booming youth culture. The renaissance has already begun. Kerala's rising tech startup ecosystem, thriving movie industry, indie music scene, and digital media landscape are all evidences that Kerala is taking the world over by storm. The Emerald Valley in the making. That's what I'd like to call it, the Emerald Valley, because Kerala is green and we should embrace sustainable development practices to keep it that way. But more so because, like an emerald, it's a treasure right beneath the surface. All one has to do is reach out and grasp it. Thank you.